Haitian community didn't scatter. They organized. They fought back. They stood together. After the government announced it was ending the temporary protection status for over 500,000 Haitians, families who have lived here for decades, panic spread. People rushed to get passports for their US-born children, fearing they get deported to a country they have never seen. What did the Haitians do? They leaned on each other. In cities like Miami, New York, Springfield, Ohio, churches opened up, lawyers volunteered, and neighbors became each other's protectors. ICE raids were met with resistance. Community groups tracked ICE raids in real time, alerting families block by block. In Little Haiti, people actually stood in front of buses, refusing to let their neighbors be taken away. WhatsApp groups lit up. People shared resources. They turned fear into fuel. And ICE couldn't crack them. And then came the legal win. A federal judge struck down the deportation order. They said the government acted unlawfully. That was power. Not just from the courts, but from the people who refused to be taken.
Shalom. Welcome to another video. And as always, before I get started, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachayash. And next double honors to the head apostles / elder bishops of the great millstone who teach and who rule well. Peace, blessings, and safety to all you sincere Akim. Keep pushing, keep believing, and keep the faith, regardless of what people hear or whether they forbear. And this can be a reaction to what's been going on in the Haitian community. Apparently, ICE has been trying to come and grab up Jakes, and the Haitian community has banded together and been beating up the ICE agents. Okay, it happened in Brooklyn. According to these different TikTok videos, I haven't seen any videos of the actual fights, but and I heard they've been taking them down because they don't want people to get caught up, but hey, it is in the scriptures that eventually Jake will rise up against E, all right, and do much damage. Now, this is not the time for that. Okay, this is not the time for it to be joining up, trying to fight with E, because the scriptures say, "Wait until the day that I rise up to the prey." When E comes down with that heavy persecution, okay, the Lord he's gonna bust a move, and then we're gonna know, and spiritual power will be given to certain men, all right, to be able to destroy E in that day. So, anyways, that's the topic that we're gonna dive into. Okay, how wretches I mean the Heavenly Father's will is edifying to the elect. All right. So I just wanted to show you guys that clip, a few clips of that, and show you the prophecies that is going to happen, all right, for the elect in due time. Okay, this is Jeremiah 51 and verse 19. The portion of Jacob is not like them, for he is the former of all things, and Israel is the rod of his inheritance. Yahweh, power of hosts, is his name. It says, "Thou art my battle axe and weapons of war. For with thee will I break in pieces the nations, and with thee will I destroy kingdoms. And with thee will I break in pieces the horse and his rider, and with thee will I break in pieces the chariot and his rider." It's different military vehicles. "And with thee also will I break in pieces man and woman, and with thee will I break in pieces old and young, and with thee will I break in pieces the young man and the maid. And I will also break in pieces with thee the shepherd and the flock, and with thee will I break in pieces the husbandman and his yoke of oxen, and with thee will I break in pieces captains and rulers. And I will render unto Babylon and to all the inhabitants of Chaldea all their evil that they have done in Zion in your sight, saith Yahweh." Okay, so he is going to raise up certain men as his battle axe and weapons of war. All right, in due time. Let's get Zechariah the 9th chapter. All right, I'm gonna start at verse 9. Okay, it says, "Rejoice greatly, O daughter of Zion. Shout, O daughter of Jerusalem. Behold, thy king cometh up unto thee. He is just and having salvation, lowly and riding upon an ass, and upon a colt, the foal of an ass." Talking about Yahweh Shai. Okay, it says, "And I will cut off the chariot from Ephraim, and the horse from Jerusalem, and the battle bow shall be cut off. And he shall speak peace unto the heathen, and his dominion shall be from sea even to sea, and from the rivers even to the ends of the earth." Okay, and this heathen that it's talking about are the Israelite foreigners. Once again, that word Gentile or heathen or stranger, it can be confusing to you, but you just got to read the context of it. Okay, because we're going to see what's going to happen to the actual heathen as we keep reading. It says, "As for thee also, by the blood of thy covenant, I have sent forth thy prisoners out of the pit wherein is no water." Okay, the land of dry bones. All right. Okay, by the blood of thy covenant, all right, the blood of Yahushai, I have sent forth thy prisoners out of the pit. Okay, we're going to be free from Babylon the Great. "Turn ye to the stronghold, ye prisoners of hope. Even today do I declare that I will render double unto thee." We're the prisoners of hope. The stronghold is Yahushai, the strong tower. Okay, starting off with the names. Verse 13, here's the point. "When I have bent Judah for me, and filled the bow with Ephraim, and raised up thy sons, O Zion, against thy sons, O Greece, and made thee as the sword of a mighty man." See that? So, who are the sons of Greece? The Edomites, so-called white man. Okay? He's going to raise up Judah and Ephraim, southern and northern kingdom, all 12 tribes. Okay? Starting off with the elect, getting that spiritual power, which is that him making them as a sword of a mighty man. He's going to give them the spiritual power to kill. All right, just like we read in Jeremiah 51. He's going to use them as his battle axe and weapons of war. "And Yahweh shall be seen over them, and his arrow shall go forth as the lightning, and Yahweh shall blow the trumpet, and shall go with the whirlwinds of the south. Yahweh power of hosts shall defend them, and they shall devour and subdue with sling stones." Okay, King David killed Goliath with a sling stone, a shepherd's sling. Why? Because he had spiritual power. He's going to give that same spiritual power unto his men. As the scriptures say, "Even the feeble among them shall be as David in that day." Zechariah 12:8. It says, "And they shall drink and make a noise as to wine, and they shall be filled like the bowls and as the corners of the altar. And Yahweh their power shall save them in that day as the flock of his people, for they shall be as the stones of a crown, lifted up as an ensign upon his land." Okay, so he's going to save them in that day. All right, so that's why I said wait for the Lord, because all right, there's nothing wrong with wanting to destroy, all right, but the Lord is going to be the only one. Okay, until then, all we do is just preach the Bible. We just prophesy, okay, and we prophesy of the downfall of sleazy E and the deliverance of the elect. Okay, and because of that testimony, he's going to come down having great wrath, and that's when the Lord is going to raise up against him. Okay, this is Zechariah chapter 10, and I'm going to start at verse 3. It says, "Mine anger was kindled against the shepherds, and I punished the goats, for Yahweh of hosts had visited his flock, the house of Judah, and hath made them as his goodly horse in the battle. Out of him came forth the corner, and out of him the nail, out of him the battle bow, out of him every oppressor together. And they shall be as mighty men, which tread down their enemies in the mire of the streets in the battle, and they shall fight, because Yahweh is with them. And the riders on horses shall be confounded. And I will strengthen the house of Judah, and I will save the house of Joseph, all 12 tribes, and will bring them again to place them, for I have mercy upon them, and they shall be as though I had not cast them off. For I am Yahweh their power, and will hear them." Okay, see that? So, let's keep reading. "And they of Ephraim shall be like a mighty man, and their heart shall rejoice as through wine. Yea, their children shall see it, and be glad, and their heart shall rejoice in Yahweh." Okay, whew, fire. Okay, so he's going to raise them up, all right, and they said they're going to destroy, they're going to tread down their enemies as the mire in the streets. Why? Because the Lord is with them, man. Okay, let's get Jeremiah 33, and we'll get a few more scriptures and close it out. Jeremiah chapter 33, and I'm going to start at verse, let's see, Jeremiah 33 and verse 4. It says, "For thus saith Yahweh, the power of Israel, concerning the houses of this city," all 12 tribes, "and concerning the houses of the kings of Judah, which are thrown down by the mounts and by the sword. They come to fight with the Chaldeans, but it is to fill them with the dead bodies of men, whom I have slain in mine anger, and in my fury, for all whose wickedness I have hid my face from this city," from Chaldea, Babylon the Great. Read that in NLT. It says, "You expect to fight the Babylonians," okay, the Edomites, okay, the Americans, okay, "but the men of this city are already as good as dead. For I have determined to destroy them in my terrible anger. I have abandoned them because of all their wickedness. Because why? Esau had the blessing of the sword, and he thinks that he's about to come down and use that same sword, which he is. Don't get me wrong. Okay, but his left hand blessing of the sword is not going to be able to overcome the Alahayim, the angels, and the right hand blessing, or a spiritual power that he's going to give to his elect. Okay, so the Lord is going to tread them down. All right, let's get Psalms chapter 60. We'll close it out there. All right, Psalms chapter 60, and I'm gonna start at verse 6. It says, the Most High. It says, the matter of fact, I'm gonna start from goodness, man. Okay, Psalm 60 and 1. It says, O Yahweh, thou hast cast us off, thou hast scattered us, and thou hast been displeased. O turn thyself to us again. Thou hast made the earth to tremble, thou hast broken it, heal the breaches thereof, for it shaketh. Thou hast shewed thy people hard things, thou hast made us drink the wine of astonishment. Thou hast given a banner to them that fear thee, that it may be displayed because of the truth. That thy beloved may be delivered, save with thy right hand, and hear me. The right hand of the Lord is Yahushai. It says, the Most High has spoken in his holiness. I will rejoice, I will divide Shechem and mete out the valley of Succoth. Gilead is mine, Manasseh is mine, Ephraim also is the strength of mine head, and Judah is my lawgiver. Moab is my washpot, over Edom will I cast out my shoe, and Philistia, triumph thou because of me. Okay, he's going to stump out to Edomites. Who will bring me into the strong city? Who will lead me into Edom? Will not thou, O Yahweh, which had cast us off, and thou, O Yahweh, which didst not go out with our armies? It says, give us help from trouble, for vain is the help of man. Here's the point in verse 12. Through the Most High we shall do valiantly, for he it is that shall tread down our enemies. Okay, there you go. So the Heavenly Father is going to be with us in this final war that's coming. Okay, this is the true holy war. All right, and they're going to be in dire straits, because when they come with heavy persecution upon Jacob, the Lord is going to come with heavy persecution upon them. And then you can add World War III into that too. The missiles, that's the grand finale of their society. They know it, we know it, the whole world knows it, whether they want to acknowledge it or not. So it's coming, man. Okay, I just wanted to show you guys these TikTok clips of what they're saying. The Haitians, this is showing that Jake is not sitting back and taking sleazy easy crap anymore. Okay, you know, that time is coming to an end. He's losing power, and just like a rat that is forced into a corner, he's going to come out biting. All right, but when he comes down heavy, okay, to try to keep power in his kingdom, which the Lord has already promised to take from him, that's when the Heavenly Father is going to come down with that great wrath against the Edomites. He's going to raise up certain men with spiritual power, and that's when the true ass whooping is going to commence. Okay, so I'm going to close it out there. Heavenly Father's will was edifying as always. All praise, all honor, and all glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rahwadash. And until next time, Shalom, and abide babal.